There's an ambulance behind us, mate. He hit it.
Yeah.
It's car running! I don't know if it's safe to even drive the car. What is actually happening here? Leaking red. Takes place right here. You join us with the roof off and the clouds open. We have been traveling for the best part of 4 hours in beautiful sunshine, and as soon as we got to a point where the car is slow enough to allow the raindrops in, it starts raining. Such is the way of the rally. But we are entering Siena, our primary checkpoint on the Mille Miglia, day 3. We just need to get somewhere where we can kind of put up this roof because these raindrops are massive. Food stop, lunch stop, checkpoint, regroup with some other cars, maybe put the roof up. Hopefully not. Fun fact, Siena is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, mostly due to the fact that it has so many of the original outstanding buildings of significant architecture that it's a heavily protected place. It's like something out of Assassin's Creed, isn't it? Just stunning. Look, every nook and cranny, every orifice has some sort of film set-like look to it. We're gonna creep through here now. And ye olde Thunderbird. I mean, the photo shoots you could have here, look at it! It's like something from a movie set. There's also something quite authentic about each corner seemingly being punctuated by Vespers. If that isn't cool, I don't know what is. What is quite funny is this is an active route for the Mille Miglia and everyone's just sort of going about their day. You might come to Siena, but it might be a little bit more on the whole tourist vibe, but to come through here in an open-top Thunderbird, you get a totally different feel for it. Look how steep it is. It's a cross between Assassin's Creed and Uncharted, with a bit of Tomb Raider thrown in. Pretty crazy. Look what's happening here. Pretty crazy. People are just having their lunch. Just cruising through in a Thunderbird. We're actually at table level, which is something. And look, we're now rolling into what I believe is the main square. Isn't this that scene where, I think there was a James Bond film shot here, you know, where they're racing the horses around the square? So we have just been told that we have to drive down here for lunch. Is that a real thing? There's a high vis down. If there wasn't for a high vis, I wouldn't be driving down here. Let's just put it that way. Wow, as far as lunch stops go, this, I'm told, is originally very, very old or ancient farmer's market, which has been repurposed today for lunch. I think as well, this is probably an example, the kinds of locations and venues that the Mille are able to unlock because it's such a special and important event for the region. So I didn't expect to be stopping here for lunch, but when my head hits the pillow tonight, it's one of those moments again where I log it and I'll go, yeah, that happened. We just ate in one of the most historically significant places in all of Siena. The Palio, bareback horse race that takes place in this square here. And I think it's 17 of the different districts are represented by different riders who wear silks in the district's colors, and they race. And it is a hardcore, pretty crazy bareback horse race. Google it, the Palio. Watch the onboards. The guys are like holding onto the horses with nothing, no saddle, and it's like gladiatorial stuff. They are smashing each other and people are falling off and people get injured. It's really old school, hardcore stuff, and it takes place right here. I've just had a thought. Italian luggage. This is probably where I should buy my new bags from that recently got stolen. For anyone who's only recently joined, last week I had everything I own stolen out of the back of the M3 Touring. I'm driving past all of these shops. There's all this sort of artisan, handcrafted leather luggage and bags. There might be something here, who knows? Let's see. Wow. Honestly, it's just stunning. I would like to stay here longer and appreciate everything. There's window shopping and there's window shopping, right? I mean, this is the way to browse the shops. Look at this. It's quite cool, isn't it? I mean, everything about the Mille Miglia effectively is a unique experience. So if we had Apple CarPlay in here, or maybe a Bluetooth speaker, I'd be playing the theme tune from Cinema Paradiso. And that is one of the most nostalgic, beautifully emotional films I think I've ever watched. And when I'm ever fortunate enough to come through this part of Italy, it just hits home and reminds me of that score, which was originally written by composer Ennio Morricone. It's just the most beautifully composed piece of music. It's very soft, but it hits hard. If you watch the film, watch it on your own, no distractions, immerse yourself in it, grab a box of tissues because it hits hard, and then come back to this video and try and get on board with what I'm saying right now. It's got that feel and flavor to it. I think I can hear you. I think there's an ambulance behind us, mate. You hit it?
Yeah.
Hit which car?
That white one.
The white car. Are you feeling okay? No one's hurt or anything?
No, I mean, it's just really upset.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. We just wanted to come back around and see if you were okay, because it was...
Thank you.
You came in so hot and we heard this psh, we were like, crikey, I hope everyone's good.
If we follow you, we know
yeah,
where we're going.
exactly. If you follow us, we'll just rejoin the signs and off we go. But
Thank
yeah,
you very much.
they got it right in the side. I don't know how that managed to stop before rear-ending us. I was seeing it in the mirror and I was like, whoa, he's coming in so hard. What's more concerning is they were clearly on the way to an emergency. They've now blown their tire out as a result of coming in way too hot. Earlier on, we were speaking to someone from Mille who said they've had someone who's been rushed to hospital for dehydration, heat stroke, etc. We've been slapping on cream. In fact, I should probably put my hat on again. It's way more intense than it looks. Way more. I mean, I know we're sitting here chilling, but ultimately it's 30 degrees sun. Today is 600 kilometers of driving. It's these roads, tight, twisty turns, and there's people that line these roads the whole way, and you've got to be on your game, actually. So this is by no means a complaint, it's just an observation to share with you. The days are super long. We're getting in 1 a.m., then we are turning around these edits. We have to wait in the hotel to upload, because it's the only chance that we get on the road to edit and upload, and then we get on the road. And then today we've got another 600 kilometer day. It'll be a 2 a.m. job tonight for sure. And then we've got to get in and edit. We have an editor with us, Marco, on the road, but he's editing in the back of a support car, which is not the environment you need to be editing. And then we've got no idea if the hotel that we arrive at tonight is going to have anything like the internet in order to upload. So yeah, it's full on for everyone. The guys who are doing it on a time trial are taking it super seriously. They're out of the door at 6 a.m. They're focused with long drives. And then there's media and support teams. There was footage from yesterday's video where there was a mechanics team servicing a car and welding it in an underground car park at 1 in the morning. And then there's us guys editing, shooting, filming all day. While we're on it having a great time, it is a great time. We're also here to do a job, and things like this happen. You have a lapse of concentration. I couldn't have timed that any better or worse, I don't know. You have a lapse of concentration. This guy just pulled down in front of us. You're tired, you might be dehydrated, it's hot, you're focusing on making content, or if you're on a team, keeping the client's car running.
What is happening?
What is actually happening here? Things have just gone nuts. Things have just gone nuts. Crikey.
At least the brakes work.
The brakes work. I think they're cooked. I think they're cooked. It's so hot. So we just had a bit of a moment of no brakes. Absolutely no brakes. Which, thankfully, we're on a flat here. Just rolled it in here. Yesterday, actually, if it wasn't for it being cold, yesterday, it did the same. But today, the heat level's totally different ballgame. Speak to tech support. I don't know how far away they are. Oh, it's 20 to 6. It's 20 to 6 now. We're still 200k away. So the brake pedal goes all the way to the floor. and provides very little friction. The brakes seem to be either overheating or we've got a leak, but there's no stopping power in them.
Okay. We are coming, obviously, but we need 25 minutes.
That's okay. I don't know if it's safe to even drive the car. I don't think we can move the car right now the way the brakes are. Right, it definitely doesn't feel right. The brakes are really intermittent and I don't know what they've put in this, but leaking any fluid's not good. Based on the way the brakes are feeling, it's probably brake fluid. It is, isn't it? It's just... Ooh, everything and nothing, you see that?
Yeah.
Leaking red. So the reality of stuff, I'm making this up for the vlog, this is really real. We're stuck on the side of this road. Things be smoking, things be leaking. It's probably just an overheating thing, okay. But they were just on the floor.
Okay.
On the floor. Yeah, we took it for a quick drive around the car park when it had cooled down, and it came back again. We're starting to cool down a bit, so maybe if we take it steady. It was stalling out as well, wasn't it? I'm glad he's experiencing the stalling issue though. If we don't get the sign off, if we don't get the sign off on this, we're not going to make it to Palma in time. Hope it gets the sign off. It's a safety thing. Like we can't go unless these guys give it sign off. Transmission fluid, I don't think in the short term will be a problem, but brakes, obviously. Hear him starting up. Yeah. We have this everywhere. Like every time we stop, it drops off. Those last few miles when it was like peak temperature. It's fine now, it's back.
Yeah.
It's just been heat, isn't it? It's just heat. Oh. Doesn't fill me with a great deal of confidence that it stalls all the time.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The feel's definitely way back. When we pulled in here earlier, it was on the floor.
Perché continuava a frenare.
Sì.
Because we keep
Sono riscaldati i freni.
overheated probably.
L'olio, oil, fluido.
Winding downhill does all the way, right?
Yeah, in the
all the
city.
way. So
So
Sure.
in case you have
Okay,
other
thanks.
problems, we can fix them.
okay. It's about time they opened some good restaurants around here. I don't know what it was about Modena, but there was like 2 good places to eat, basically within walking distance of the Ferrari factory, and that was it. Unless you wanted to go into Bologna, I think there's actually a Michelin star restaurant there. Watch how this car does not move at all. Look at that. That car is actually not moving. I could just do with swinging into Lamborghini now, picking up a Revuelto and just carrying on the week. Not that I don't love my steering play. Quite fancy that new twin clutch box on that V12. Old Ferrari factory there. Parts, like you see all the car parts. Convoying into the center of Modena. This is quite special in itself. We are basically in the automotive triangle. It's like Silicon Valley of Italy for cars. We've got Lamborghini, Ferrari, Pagani, Ducati, all within a few miles of this place right here. It is like the distilled culture of Italian petrol heads, all in this one space. And driving into here, in this square, is like the epitome of that. It's very, very special. That's a cool sight, look at this. Can you imagine just getting a table watching all of this come through? That's the best entertainment ever. Thank you very much.
Make a selfie?
Of course, man. Yeah, jump in. Let's go. This is why these guys get in super late, because everyone here is about to take part in a time trial. And as you can see, the sun is setting, and they still have another hour's drive after their time trial to get to Palma. We like the driving and the touring. We're not in it for the time trials. So our camera car keeps getting shot out of every time we reach a finish line. They just block him out, which is really inconvenient because we'd set up the tracking camera to track us through here. That to one side. We are at, I mean, look, down every nook and cranny, there's cars everywhere. You can tell that was designed for another era when streets were small. It looks like something from a James Bond set with the catacombs there.
Okay?
Okay, so I park underneath the arches.
Under the arc to the left.
Yes.
Okay, there is a yellow jacket.
Okay.
Follow.
Turns out this is a 16th century palace. We have been granted access to not only park here, but eat here too. To give you some context as to the scale of these catacombs, pretty substantial. Unbelievable. And if that's not time for getting a fresh glass of water to cool me down, I don't know what is. I feel like I'm constantly on the set of a movie here. Everywhere's just stunning. Look at it. Definitely some Spectre vibes going on up here. The best thing about all of this is accessing places you would never normally be able to access. So this is inside the palace. Yeah, on an average Thursday night, we wouldn't be doing this. Let's just put it that way. Wow. Isn't that amazing? I always feel a little bit basic because I'm so used to throwing stats and facts and interesting information at you about cars. But throw me into some 16th century architecture, I have no idea what I'm talking about. All I can do is go, this is unreal, and feel thankful that I can kind of take you along for it. I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I smell the fumes. We're now gonna find something to eat, find something to drink. We've then got to drop the car off to the mechanic, so we're gonna work overnight to make sure that it works for us in the morning. That's another side of this that you don't see, is all of the support teams, the camera crews, the mechanics that keep all of these guys on the road. If any of you are tuning in, massive thank you, because you are the force that keeps all of these amazing cars on the road. I'm sure regular viewers can tell by my demeanor. It is time to call it a night. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao.